Welcome, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Rob, and I am discovering everything I can about Denmark. Now, the question is, what do you do if you've got a relatively flat country and you want to go skiing? You can either go to another country or you can ski off the side of a power station. Yeah. Now, thank you to Tim Traveller for this video. Let's find out a little bit more.
Hello and hi. It is a grey winter day and I'm about to get on the number 2A bus from Copenhagen Central Station. Because today we're asking the question, what do you do if your dream is to go downhill skiing, but you live in Denmark, a country whose highest mountain looks something like this? Well, then you do what the Danes did. You build an enormous power plant, stick an artificial slope on the roof, and go skiing down that instead.
Wow.
Welcome.
I would say it does make some sense, because if the infrastructure was there, now I need to proper look at it again, but if the infrastructure is there, i.e. a big power plant, then you've got the height already, you've got the stability, so you just add on to it. It sort of makes sense.
Welcome to Copenhill.
It does look cool.
I've got off the bus in a neighbourhood called Margretheholm in the industrial harbour area on the east side of Copenhagen.
It's not Copenhagen's most beautiful area.
Hans Christian Andersen, it is not, but there are reasons why it looks like this. The area around here used to be a massive naval base until the Danish Navy abandoned most of it in the 1990s. And nowadays, the main activities you'll find here are heavy industry and waste disposal.
So straight away, if that is the subject that is in that area, it's not going to be glamorous. It's basically what's shoved over to the side, a way that nobody normally looks at. But I would suggest that now the cities and things are looking at ways to make the most of certain areas. So, like I've already said, if you've got a tall power station, tall power plant, then what can you do? Yeah, we already know the answer.
So let's just say it's not a place that's ever really tried to attract outside visitors.
Cool.
Until now. This is Copenhill, also known locally as Amagerbaga, or something like that. I think we'll just call it Copenhill. It was completed in 2019, and it is a waste-to-energy power plant and ski slope, and climbing wall, and hiking trail, and park. You know, a power plant, ski slope, climbing wall, hiking trail, park. With a cafe.
Wow.
You know what? Let's just go in.
They open the gates at 12 o'clock, so you can climb up. But the ski slope and the ski hire only opens at 2 o'clock. So I'm a little bit too early for anything to actually be happening.
For all you know, Tim, it probably takes that long to get up to the top, especially if you're going up via the steps. It could take 2 hours. That looks beautiful, right? It's multi-purpose, ski slope, climbing, cafe, a hike, I suppose. Like, that is perfect, right? Get people out of the main city where it's more crowded, get them to the industrial area where there are things to do. That is surely that is quite clever city planning. I hope there's ways to get out there, though, like proper transport. It did say there was a bus.
That's fine. We'll get a snack at the rooftop cafe.
Nice.
So I'm now walking basically on the roof of the power plant. And it's a waste-to-energy plant. So they burn waste.
I love all the steam coming across.
Electricity and heat as well, apparently. Sometimes the building has to let off steam like this. They'd say that it's completely normal and
shouldn't kill you.
We've now reached the rooftop cafe 78 metres above the streets of Copenhagen, which is enough to make this the tallest and longest ski slope in the whole country.
It's awesome.
Now, I have to be honest, the cafe itself was nothing but a massive disappointment. There didn't seem to be any food or drink on sale, and there was no one around to sell it anyway. But soon enough, the ski lift starts whirring into action.
Maybe that was just
and the first brave
timing.
visitors begin to take to the slopes.
Is it me or does it look a bit mossy? So cool.
Don't worry everyone, I checked and she did survive that. And I really want to try this myself now. But in a world where health and safety regulations are a thing, how have they got away with this? Let's be honest, power plants are not exactly famous for producing clean mountain air that you want to go skiing in. Are you telling me this giant incinerator is somehow environmentally friendly? Well, it's as close as you can get. Firstly, waste is a much more renewable energy resource than, say, coal, oil or gas, but burning it still releases toxins. So you could have a long argument whether waste to energy is actually environmentally friendly or just less bad. But here they claim to have made the cleanest waste to energy plant in the world. And how have they done that? It's complicated. There are other people out there who can explain this in much more detail than I ever could. But essentially, they've developed technology that filters nearly all of the toxins out of the emissions before they leave the building.
I suppose he's not really here to necessarily give you all the details completely. I think the aspect of this video that is the most enjoyable for me and that I'm learning about is simply the fact that they have one thing and they've created multiple things out of it. So it becomes somewhere where people want to go. Now, I don't know how busy it gets, but I think it's a great idea, making it multi-purpose. I think it's so clever. And at the top, you clearly get an awesome view over the city as well, which is like a double whammy. Excellent.
The steam coming out of the chimney at the top is not 100% clean, but put it this way, it contains fewer toxins than the air you're breathing in the car park when you arrive.
Could be worse then.
So to sum up, putting a ski slope here was partly just for fun and partly to make a statement. What better way to showcase how clean the air is than invite the whole city here to go hiking and skiing? The only problem is, I've just remembered that I grew up in southern England and I've never had a skiing lesson in my life.
I know the feeling.
Luckily, there is an option for people who've never had a skiing lesson, and it looks like this.
Yeah, a donut. Go donutting. So I'm also from southern England and we have a dry ski slope at Southampton Sports Centre. It is crap. If you go donutting down it, it is so slow. It is rubbish. Now, this already looks so much better, so much more impressive. I've never skied before though, so I wouldn't know how to ski either. He doesn't look like he's going very fast either. Yeah, that didn't look very fast.
Fairly sure that looked majestic.
If you'd like to go skiing on top of a giant waste-to-energy power plant, Copenhill is a 20-minute bus ride from central Copenhagen, plus a 10-minute walk. Entrance to the rooftop is completely free, and fully accessible via the lift. But if you want to go skiing, you'll have to pay to use the ski lifts and to hire any equipment you need. An adult lift pass will set you back 150 Danish kroner per hour, which is about 20 euros. And as always,
it's quite expensive.
Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.
There you go. The power plant you can ski down. That's the Tim Traveller, so check his channel out. It's not overly complicated the way that he does his video, clearly, but actually it's a fun way of saying, look what there is here. This is quite cool. I don't necessarily think if I come to Copenhagen, which I'm sure I will, I don't think I would bother going down the ski slope because it's not really, I don't find that very interesting. But how cool is it? Just the concept of like I said, adding something to this power station, which is just I just think it's brilliant. It's such a good idea. It does look like it needs tidying up a little bit though from that image, but it's a really, really cool design. And actually, like I said earlier, if you can get people out of the city, out into a quieter area, then hopefully you will be bringing maybe revenue to different parts of the city as well, possibly, and that could develop into more. I love the idea. I love the idea to basically, just it's so cool and it looks cool. So, do you have any other cool things in Denmark that would be worth looking at and discovering? Please do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, check out the Tim Travellers channel as well. Socials are down there, and I will catch you on the next one.